Part 22. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 211. Chapter 211. She feels so tired. Ren gave her a stern look and said, also, except for the people here who know about the marriage of the young master and the young lady, you are not allowed to talk about it outside. Do you understand? The maid nodded hurriedly, yes, I understand. Ryan then waved his hand, go. Although the young master has not told him not to tell anyone about the marriage. The young master seems to have no intention of marrying the young lady in secret. But, since the young master did not take the initiative to disclose this matter to the outside world, it means that he does not want too many people to know yet. Until then, they'd better keep their mouths shut. Asterisk. Chiao Mian went to bed early last night and didn't wake up in the middle of the night. She slept for a full 9 hours. So she is not sleepy at all now. She lay on the bed for a while and felt bored. She was about to chat with Zhang Luli on WeChat when Zhang Luli called. Chiao Mian immediately picked up, Lulu, do you miss me? Zhang Luli laughed and said, yes, I miss you. Baby, you weren't here. I couldn't sleep alone last night. Ha ha ha. Chiao Mian also laughed, really? Then wait for me. I will go back to accompany you right away. He, will I believe what you say? Chiao Mian. Zhang Luli must have read too many novels about overbearing presidents. Don't think dirty, Chiao Mian bit her lip and said with a blush, we are not what you think. He. Zhang Luli made it clear that he didn't believe it. Well, I know, it's not what I thought. I understand. Chiao Mian. It's really not what you think. What is it so intense? Her end came at the critical moment. Yeah, I understand. Okay, don't explain anymore. Haven't you heard that explanation is a cover-up? Chiao Mian. Forget it, she doesn't want to talk anymore. She felt so tired. Okay, I won't tease you anymore. Zhang Luli laughed a few times, and his tone suddenly became serious again. Baby, I have something serious to tell you. Didn't you say that before? Did I call you? I checked this matter, it should be related to your sister. You mean Xiao Angzhen? Chiao Mian frowned, what does it have to do with her? If Zhang Luli hadn't mentioned it, she would have almost forgotten about it. Zhang Luli said, Xiao Angzhen accepted a new drama, which was produced by Star Entertainment. She must have asked you to be a substitute, so Star Entertainment called you. Baby, you are my sister, it's really bad to the core. Obviously there are so many other roles that have not been finalized. If she is willing to recommend you to audition, your success rate of getting the role will be much higher, but she actually wants you to be her stand-in. Besides, I've heard that this new drama is a martial arts drama. There will be a lot of dangerous scenes in it. I'm afraid she specifically asked you to shoot those dangerous scenes. At this point, Zhang Luli became angry. He said, this stepsister of yours is really disgusting. Not only did she steal your fiancé, but now she wants to defeat you in your career? How could she be so bad? End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 212. Chapter 212. The male lead is Tu Yuli. Chiao Mian pursed her lips and was silent for a while. Baby, you have to fight back, Zhang Luli gritted his teeth, since she wants you to have a bad life, you have to take practical actions to prove that you are living a good life. Not only is it good, but it is better than she's 100 times better. It doesn't matter if she steals Suzy. The male is 1,000 times better than Suzy. If she wants to suppress you in your career, just show her your strength. Anyway, you have a male to back you up, so you are still afraid what? Isn't she just relying on Suzy's support to be so unscrupulous? Even if you are not trying to prove it to her, you should still work hard for yourself. Chiao Mian was still silent. Baby, she remained silent, which made Zhang Luli anxious. You should say something. What do you think? Chiao Mian was silent for a while, and finally said, Lolo, do you have a spot for the audition? Have you figured it out? Zhang Luli was stunned for a moment, then became happy again instantly, and his tone became excited. Yes. I have all the audition slots for movies and TV series. Which one do you want? Chiao Mian thought for a moment and said, it's a TV series. She is not even considered an 18th tier actress now, and it is not easy for her to be successful in TV dramas. She didn't dare to think about big screens or anything like that for the time being. Even many A-list stars who became popular after appearing in TV series have not yet been able to get roles in movies. How much less her? Okay, Zhang Luli said immediately, there is one ready-made audition, but it is for the role of the third female lead. Do you want to try it? Go Chiao Mian said without thinking too much, no matter what, it's much better than just playing a small role. Okay, I will send you the specific information in a moment. The director is a god brother I recognize. He is a very nice person. The other people on their crew are also very serious people. They will not do those messy things. You can rest assured. Go to the audition. I will say hello to him and ask him to pay more attention to you. Well, thank you Luo Chiao Mian said sincerely. Zhang Luli entered the industry earlier than she did, and naturally knows more people than she does. In addition, Zhang Luli has a very good personality and has many friends of both the opposite and the same around her. Many directors, producers, and others in the industry like her. She recognized her god brother, and he was someone she really regarded as an older brother. The other party really treated her like a sister. Although Zhang Luli and Chiao Mian majored in the same acting class, she does not plan to pursue the career of an actress in the future. So whenever she had any audition opportunities, she gave them to Chiao Mian. It's strange to say that Chiao Mian is obviously capable, but she always fails in auditions, or people think that she performs well, but they want to unspoken rules, so she rejects her. Either it means that she is not suitable for the role she is auditioning for. She accompanied Chiao Mian a few times. Objectively speaking, she felt that Chiao Mian's performance on those few occasions was obviously very good. Baby, why are you being polite to me? Then I wish you a successful audition. To be honest, although it is the role of the third female lead, the character is very full and rich, and it is a very lovable character. If you play it well, it's not like there's no chance of becoming famous. Well, I understand. I will try my best to succeed in the audition. By the way, let me tell you something secretly, Zhang Luli suddenly said mysteriously, the male lead is Tu Yuli. Feel like it's always sweet? Isn't it time for Mr. Mo to experience the sour taste? End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 213. Chapter 213. Who are you chatting with, so happy? The role of the third female lead has an emotional scene with the male lead. Come on, baby, I will come to visit the crew when the time comes, hee hee. The male lead is Tu Yuli. Chiao Mian was stunned for a moment, still a little surprised. Tu Yuli is the most popular little guy right now. It seems that the drama Zhang Luli introduced to her is another big production. And the third female lead also has an emotional scene with the first male lead. It is estimated that there are quite a lot of competitors. Asterisk. Hang up the phone, Chiao Mian was still thinking about the audition. Soon, Zhang Luli sent her the specific time and location of the audition. The audition is at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning at the Yunchinj Hotel. Chiao Mian Mian was a little surprised when she saw the title of the play sent by Zhang Luli. Because the title of the play was exactly the same as an online novel she had read, and it was also a novel she liked very much. She had read it at least 3 times. She is also a fan of the original author. Chiao Mian Mian was not sure whether this drama was adapted from the novel she had read, so she immediately asked Zhang Luli for confirmation and asked, "Luluo, is this drama adapted from an online novel?" Zhang Luli replied to her quickly, "Yes, the original author is quite famous and has millions of fans on Weibo. This novel also has a lot of fans. If it is filmed well, the ratings will definitely not be low. And I heard that the author of the original work has a great say and can also participate in the casting, and she has chosen the male lead." After asking for proof, Chiao Mian Mian couldn't help but feel excited. It was really the novel she had read. I have to say that the original author has a pretty good vision. Tu Yuli's appearance and temperament are quite similar to the male protagonist in the original work. The male protagonist in the original work is the character of a little wolf dog, and Tu Yuli has been using the character of a little wolf dog since he entered the circle. It can be said that the character in the original work seemed to be tailor-made for Tu Yuli. Chiao Mian Mian has read the original work, so she knows what rivalry scenes there are between the third female lead and the male protagonist. If the original work had not changed much, the third female lead would have had quite a lot of roles, and she was indeed a very likable character. This kind of character that easily gains popularity is very helpful for newcomers to accumulate and increase their popularity. If she can get the female number 3. As she thought about it, she became a little excited. Asterisk. This is what Mo Yesi saw when he opened the door and walked into the bedroom with the brown sugar water. The girl who had been looking gloomy and weak before was now holding a mobile phone and looking at it with bright eyes. Moreover, he seemed to be very excited and excited. She is completely different from the one before. Although her face was still not very good and a little pale, her spirits were much better. It was as if someone had suddenly given him a shot of chicken blood. "Baby." Mo Yesi raised his lips and walked towards her. "Who are you talking to, so happy? Does your stomach still hurt? I boiled some brown sugar water and just tasted it. It should taste pretty good. Drink it while it's hot." From Mo Yesi Beidou. Things like brown sugar water have to be drunk when they are hot to be effective. It is said that it can relieve some kind of palace cold. As a person who has been in the hospital for several years, he is good at surgery. As for gynecology, he doesn't know much about it. So I don't know if it is correct to say that brown sugar water can relieve palace cold. But since this method works for Chiao Mian Mian, it doesn't matter whether there is relevant negative evidence or not. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 214. Chapter 214. Did I do something wrong? The most important thing is to make her feel less uncomfortable. The girl who was sitting on the bed looking at her cell phone with an excited face seemed to be suddenly frightened. Her hands shook and she suddenly raised her head. A pair of dark, soft, and round eyes stared at him with surprise, then lowered their eyes at the bowl of brown sugar water he was holding. After a few seconds of silence, she slowly raised her head again, her eyes still wide with disbelief written in her eyes. "Did you go downstairs just now to boil brown sugar water? No wonder he was gone for so long." Mo Yesi walked to the bed. Seeing the disbelief on her face, she curled her lips and sat down by the bed with brown sugar water. He picked up the spoon and scooped out a spoonful, blew it again, and then fed it to her mouth. "Well, didn't you say that you will feel better after drinking this? I think it is quite easy to boil this, so I just boiled it for a while. Try it and see if it tastes like this. I searched on Beidou and it said that red dates and should be added, so I added a little. Did you add these to the brown sugar water you drank before?" Chiao Mian Mian looked at him blankly. "What's wrong?" Mo Yesi raised his eyebrows. Did I not do something right? No. Chiao Mianmian's eyes drooped, suddenly feeling a little sour and wanting to cry. She didn't expect that he would do such a thing himself. Furthermore, I also went to Beidou to find out how to do it. Even though it was a very small thing, to her, it was something that made her feel very warm and touching. This moment, she really felt that he cared about her. And this feeling of being cared about by others is really good and good. Chiao Mian couldn't help but think of the time when she and Suzy were together. Suzy didn't seem to have done any of these things for her. She said she wanted to drink brown sugar water, so he asked the servant below to get it. He himself has never cooked for her once. Although this doesn't mean anything. However, no comparison does no harm. Compared with everything Moyesi has done, Suzy's kindness to her seems not enough. I asked Ren to find a hot water bottle. He should find it soon. You drink the brown sugar water first. Moyesi kept feeding her, his voice soft and soft. Chiao Mianmian's eyes became even more sour. She buried her head and nodded, reaching out to take the bowl from his hand. Then he raised his head and drank half a bowl of hot brown sugar water in one breath. Ginger was added to the brown sugar water. After drinking half a bowl, the heat spread to the limbs instantly. I don't know if it was a psychological effect, but Chiao Mian suddenly felt less sore in her lower abdomen. Much more comfortable. After she finished drinking, Moyesi took the empty bowl and put it on the bedside table nearby. The man's dark and deep eyes asked her with a bit of expectation, "How does it taste?" "Cooking for the first time in my life." Although it was just a bowl of simple brown sugar water, Moyesi was still a little unsure. Chiao Mian raised her head and smiled sweetly at him, "Yeah, it tastes good." The man was easily satisfied, and a faint smile overflowed from his dark eyes. "Really?" "Well, it's true." Chiao Mian nodded heavily, "It's really delicious. I can give you 9 points. In 10 cents. Moyesi is quite satisfied with this score. He touched the soft black hair of the girl in front of him and softened his voice, "If you want to drink brown sugar water from now on, I will make it for you. Your husband can do what your brother can do for you. In addition to making brown sugar water for you, Chiao, what else has Chen done for you?" End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 215. Chapter 215, Where did you put your husband? Chiao Mian felt that this bowl of brown sugar water warmed and sweetened her heart. A sweet smile appeared on her lips. "You want to know? Well, let me think about it." Moyesi smiled and touched her head, took off his shoes and lay on the bed, hooked his long arm and pulled her into his arms. He lowered his head and kissed the top of her hair gently. "Well, think about it slowly." Chiao Mian recalled carefully, and while recalling, she said, "When I was sick, Chen would cook vegetable porridge for me. The porridge he cooked was delicious." Moyesi nodded. "Vegetable porridge? Remembered it? What else is there?" "And?" Chiao Mian clapped her fingers and continued to recall, "I like to eat pomegranates, and Chen will peel pomegranates for me." "Peel a pomegranate? Well, I remember this too. What else?" "And, Chen will also play games with me." "Game?" Moyesi was stunned for a moment and raised his eyebrows. "What game?" "He never plays games." "This seems a bit difficult." Chiao Mian gave him some popular science. "It's King of Pesticide. It's a very popular mobile game now and many people are playing it. Even the children in kindergarten like to play it." Moyesi. "A game that can be played by kindergarten children. Is she sure it's really fun?" However, although Moyesi does not play games, Moyesi does own a game company. After all, games have indeed been quite profitable in recent years, and Mr. Mo will try any money-making project. Chen Chen is super good at playing pesticides. He specializes in playing assassins, and he always shows off. Chen Chen and I are still a couple. He was the one who brought me to the king last season. Speaking of this, Xiao Mian looked proud. If Xiao Chen hadn't suddenly fallen ill, he would definitely be a professional pesticide player by now. In fact, before Xiao Chen suddenly suffered a heart attack, he had already joined a provincial team and had already reached the top 5 in the country. At that time, Xiao Chen was also the most promising player in the team. Young, good-looking, and talented in gaming, as long as such an esports player is packaged well, he can charm a large number of girls and become an idol player who is not inferior to the stars. Unfortunately, suffering from heart disease, it is impossible to work professionally. It's really a pity when you think about it. Because Xiao Chen himself also likes this industry, his dream is to join the E.G team and then compete in the World Championship. E.G team is the best esports team in China, and its team leader, Sinan, is Xiao Chen's idol. Couple account, Mo Yesi's attention instantly fell on this matter, and he frowned. That's right, Xiao Mian nodded before she noticed that his expression changed, but after Chen Chen was hospitalized, he didn't play games much. He didn't play with me, and it was pointless for me to play alone, so I don't play anymore. Mo Yesi frowned again and asked in a deep voice, can the relationship be terminated on the couple account? Xiao Mian nodded, okay. Then let it go. Ah. The man's dark eyes narrowed, and he stretched out a hand towards her, bring it here. Xiao Mian looked confused and blinked, what? Mo Yesi, mobile phone. His wife and his brother-in-law have a couple account in the game. What does this mean? Where did you put this husband? She wanted to open a couple account, and she wanted to open it with him. How could she open it with Xiao Chen? End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 216. Chapter 216. He's so cute when he's jealous. Xiao Mian was stunned and stared at him for a few seconds before she finally came to her senses. Isn't he jealous? Are you jealous of her and Xiao Chen? But Xiao Chen is her biological brother. Does this man even want to be jealous of his own brother-in-law? Even if she and Xiao Chen opened a couple account, it doesn't mean anything. Xiao Mian found it funny. She blinked and said with a smile, Mo Yesi, when you asked me to give you my mobile phone, did you want to terminate the relationship between me and Xiao Chen in the game? Mo Yesi looked at her and answered the question inappropriately, no. No. You and Xiao Chen are not a couple, so why do you want to open a couple account? The man was obviously dissatisfied with this. Cancel it immediately. I will register an account, and you can open a couple account with me. Xiao Mian. He really cares about this. What should I do if she suddenly wants to laugh? I never expected that a man like Mo Yesi would have such a childish side. But, he is so cute when he is jealous. She couldn't help but laugh. Then can you take me to the king's palace? Mo Yesi. Although I don't know what it means to be a king, if my brother-in-law can do it, of course he, the husband, can do it too. How could he lose to his brother-in-law? After only being silent for 2 or 3 seconds, he nodded and said, of course. Really? Xiao Mian looked at him jokingly, you've never played this game, are you sure you can do it? I rarely play mobile games, but I have played a lot of computer games. Mo Yesi curled his lips, with confidence in his eyes, just because you haven't played it doesn't mean you can't play it well. It's okay if I say you can. Baby, you have faith in me. Alright. Can you cancel your and Xiao Chen's couple accounts now? The man was quite persistent about this matter and extended his hand to her again. Chiao Mian Mian. He was really thinking about this matter all the time. It seems that if she doesn't resolve this matter immediately, he will still be thinking about it. She held back her laughter and picked up her phone, logged into a game she hadn't played in a long time, and unbound the couple account she had bound to Chiao Chen. It's lifted. She waved her cell phone in front of his eyes and said in a communicative tone. Mo Yesie's face showed a little satisfaction. He took out his mobile phone and handed it to her. Register an account for me, and then bind us as a couple. Chiao Mian Mian. A few minutes later, she completed the task and handed the phone back to Mo Yesie. Mo Yesie took it, opened it, looked at it, and then asked her, "Are we a couple now?" Can others see that we are a couple? Well, when playing games, the couple account will display a pink heart, and people who play the game together can see it. The man opened the phone and looked at it again. He was quite satisfied with the setting and nodded, "Well, this setting is not bad. It can eliminate some people with bad intentions." Asterisk. After drinking the bowl of brown sugar water, Chiao Mian Mian felt much better and her complexion was better than before. Ryan found a hot water bottle, and Mo Yesie took the hot water bottle and applied it to Chiao Mian Mian's belly, and stayed with her in bed for more than an hour. His arms were warm, and the hot water bottle on his lower abdomen was also warm. Chiao Mian Mian's face gradually turned red. Mo Yesie touched her delicate face, which had regained some color, and said in a low voice, "Do you feel better?" "Thank you, baby Meng Meng." 133.83, 158.61, 138.10, Snail Girl, 187.20, Falling Ill, Falling into a Dream, Meow Janai Sauce, 189.84, Tang Tang, 150.54, Reward for Finely Divided Peas Mommy. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 217. Chapter 217. My whole heart has been given to you. It seems that brown sugar water is really useful. Her face was finally not so pale now. Chiao Mian Mian nodded, "Well, I feel much better." "Does your stomach still hurt?" "It doesn't hurt anymore." Mo Yesie touched her head again. "If you feel uncomfortable again, just tell me and I will help you stay up a little longer." Chiao Mian Mian felt warm in her heart and raised her head to look at him with doubts in her eyes. Mo Yesie. Have you ever taken care of other women like this before?" "No." Mo Yesie replied without hesitation, "Baby, you are the first." A trace of sweetness spread into her heart. Chiao Mian Mian's lips raised slightly, and she asked in a soft voice, "Why?" Mo Yesie lowered his eyes, and his deep eyes fell on her delicate face. "I don't like them." Chiao Mian Mian was stunned, and the smile on her lips couldn't help but deepen. That trace of sweetness seems to have turned into lots and lots of sweetness. He doesn't like them, so he won't do these things for them. Then he did these things for her, or did he do them willingly because he liked her? Even though he said he liked her personally, she still felt moved by his euphemistic confession. My heart was pounding wildly. "Then why are you so nice to me?" She knew she had asked an obvious question. But even if I knew the answer, I still wanted to hear him say it again. The man's deep and dark eyes were fixed on her, and his knuckled white fingers pinched her chin. His handsome face moved towards her, and he spoke in a low and gentle voice, "Baby, don't you already know my heart very well? Don't tell me, you still don't know why I want to be nice to you." He never thought about hiding his thoughts. He liked her and told her directly. Let her clearly understand his feelings for her. He has never liked playing hard to get. If you like a woman, just pursue her. If you can't catch up, then think of another way. In short, if he likes her, he will find ways to get her. Whether it's spending money on her or being nice to her, he will give her everything he can. his love for her was not concealed at all. All he had to do was cut out his heart and show it to her. Chiao Mian looked into those deep and gentle eyes, her heart was beating fast. The man made no secret of his love and desire for her, and revealed all his thoughts. She felt it was a little difficult to breathe. She bit her lip and pretended to be confused. I don't know. Really, Mo Yesi laughed softly, his laughter was very sultry and sexy. He raised the corners of his lips, then do you want me to prove it to you now? Chiao Mian was so moved by his smile that her heart beat rapidly. What, how to prove it? So. The handsome face suddenly enlarged in front of her eyes, and her warm and moist lips fell. A few minutes later, Chiao Mian fell into his arms panting, her face stained with a faint blush. Above his head, the man stared at her lips with a heavy look, resisting the urge to kiss her again, and said in a hoarse voice, "Baby, now, do you understand what I mean?" Chiao Mian opened her blurred watery eyes and nodded with a red face. Mo Yesi chuckled lightly and couldn't help but kiss her lips again. "Baby, my whole heart has been given to you. If I am not good to you, who should I be good to? You don't know how important you are to me." End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 218. Chapter 218. When are you going to have your wedding? Asterisk. Chiao Chen spent some time in the hospital, and when he was discharged, he seemed to be in much better spirits. When his illness does not occur, he is almost like a normal person. It is extremely dangerous once it breaks out. Mo Yesi accompanied Chiao Mian to the hospital to pick him up from the hospital. When he saw Mo Yesi again, Chiao Chen had already called him brother-in-law smoothly. During his stay in the hospital, Chiao Chen received meticulous care. He lives in the best ward, and the best medical team comes to check his body every day. When he is hospitalized, his 3 meals a day are carefully prepared by a nutritionist, and there are bodyguards guarding the door at all times. Chiao Chen knew very well that he was able to receive such good treatment and care all because of his awesome brother-in-law. Even if it is because of Chiao Mian, it shows that his brother-in-law really cares about his sister. No matter what. At present, it seems that this brother-in-law is much more reliable than Suzy. Suzy and his sister have known each other for so many years, but they have yet to marry her. In the end, he even cheated on Chiao Angzhen. But now this brother-in-law married his sister soon. At this point, he is much more reliable than Suzy. After Chiao Chen recognized Mo Yesi as his brother-in-law, he became much more affectionate towards him, as if he regarded him as part of the family. He, Chiao Mian and Mo Yesi were walking in front, followed by 2 bodyguards who helped Chiao Chen carry his luggage. Brother-in-law. Chiao Chen glanced at Chiao Mian, who was being hugged by Mo Yesi, with a faint smile on his face, and asked in a casual chatter, "You and sister have received your marriage certificate, when are you going to have your wedding?" Chiao Angzhen went to the hospital to make trouble once before. It is said that the relationship between Chiao Mian and Mo Yesi is that of lovers and financial sponsors. Chiao Chen would naturally not believe these words. He just thought Chiao Angzhen was farting. He knows better than anyone what kind of person Chiao Mian is. It's just that his sister's marriage was really sudden. Chiao Chen didn't believe it was because of love or something. Chiao Mian broke up with Suzy not long ago, so it was impossible for her to fall in love with another man so quickly. He had somewhat guessed that Chiao Mian would get married so quickly, which must be related to his illness. Before, Chiao Chen had always been worried that Chiao Mian would suffer, be wronged, and live a very unhappy life. But after meeting this time, Chiao Chen felt that he was worrying too much. His sister looked like a coy little bird in front of her brother-in-law. No matter how she looked like she had just fallen in love. The two of them seemed to have a good relationship. Chiao Mian didn't look unhappy at all. On the contrary, she seemed to be doing well. The outfit she was wearing looked very expensive. Her brother-in-law must have bought it for his sister. Seeing Jiao Mian living so well, Jiao Chen was very happy. At this moment, he hoped that Jiao Mian and Mo Yesi's marriage would not be mixed with any other external factors. He was afraid that they were together for some reason and would separate after achieving their goals. He was afraid of something like this happening. So, he felt that just asking for evidence was not enough, and he had to hold another wedding to let more people know about their marriage. In this way, their marriage can be more stable. He felt that if Mo Yesi refused to hold a wedding, it must be because he married his sister for some reason. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 219. Chapter 219. What is his sister doing hiding this? In the future, there may be a divorce. After asking, Jiao Chen waited nervously for Mo Yesi's reply. A wedding, Mo Yesi repeated his words, curled his lips, and turned to look at Jiao Mian. Your brother asked us when we will have a wedding, what do you think? I also think the wedding should be held as early as possible. I have already received the marriage certificate, but it seems a bit unreasonable to delay the wedding. You can think about this matter carefully. Just tell me when you have decided on it, and I can cooperate with you at any time. Jiao Mian was a little crazy. Why did the topic of a wedding come up again as we were talking? She was completely unprepared. Ahem, cough, cough. Let's wait until we get back to talk about this matter. Jiao Mian quickly changed the subject, reached out and patted Jiao Chen's shoulder, and said with a smile, Chen, to celebrate you being discharged from the hospital, let's have a big dinner tonight. Your brother-in-law said he was treating the guests, so just tell him what you want to eat. Jiao Chen. Well, he finally figured it out. It wasn't that his brother-in-law didn't want to hold a wedding. The person who doesn't want to hold a wedding is his sister. Jiao Chen couldn't understand what his sister was doing. His brother-in-law is so handsome and rich, so he must be very respectable wherever he goes. What is his sister doing hiding this? Could it be that his sister is still thinking about that Suzy? That's why he has been reluctant to hold a wedding with his brother-in-law? When Jiao Chen thought about it, he immediately felt that this was also a possibility. Even though Jiao Mian didn't care on the surface, she had known Suzy for so many years. How can I really not care at all? Perhaps, the reason why she found someone for a flash marriage was not only related to his illness, but also because of Suzy. Suzy's betrayal hurt her and stimulated her. But wouldn't this be very unfair to his brother-in-law? Jiao Chen immediately decided that he would need some help from God to help his brother-in-law win his sister's heart as soon as possible. Asterisk. Outside the hospital, Uncle Li stood next to a black Rolls-Royce. Seeing Mo Yesi and his entourage come out, he immediately stepped forward to greet them and shouted respectfully, "Young master, young madam." He then glanced at the tall and slender young man standing next to Jiao Mian, with delicate and beautiful eyebrows. He bent down respectfully and called out, "Hello, Mr. Jiao." Jiao Chen was shocked to be suddenly greeted with such a big salute by someone older than himself. He quickly took a step back, turned his head, and looked at Jiao Mian a little at a loss. "This is Uncle Li." Jiao Mian introduced him. She can understand Jiao Chen's reaction. Thinking about it, she felt very uncomfortable at first, and even now, she is not completely used to it. "I feel a little uncomfortable being called young lady." "Hello, Uncle Li." Jiao Chen greeted Uncle Li politely. Uncle Li looked at him again and felt a little good in his heart. The young madam's younger brother, like her, has quite a likable personality. The two siblings are good looking. Xiao Chen is just a little thinner, but in other aspects, he is impeccable. Uncle Li felt that the young man in front of him was prettier than many male celebrities on TV. Although he looks very ordinary in his clothes, he has a very good temperament. He is a clean, refreshing and sunny boy. Must be very popular with girls in school. It's just that the young madam's younger brother looks nothing like her. I guess one is like her mother and the other is like her father. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 220. Chapter 220. Which one you like, I'll give it to you. Uncle Li opened the car door, Xiao Chen looked at it, and consciously walked towards the passenger seat. Asterisk. After getting in the car, Xiao Chen suppressed the shock in his heart and pretended to sit down calmly, but his curious eyes couldn't help but look around and look around. This car belongs to his brother-in-law. Moreover, his brother-in-law also has a dedicated driver. The Xiao family has been rich before, and Xiao Chen still has a certain understanding of these luxury cars. He knows that the limited edition Rolls-Royce he is sitting in is very, very expensive. Tens of millions of cars each. Furthermore, it is a global limited edition. If you are not a person with a very prominent status, you cannot buy it at all. The Su family is considered a famous family and has a lot of money. However, even the Su family cannot order this kind of limited edition car. When Mo Yesi went to visit him for the first time, Xiao Chen knew that his brother-in-law was very rich. However, he doesn't know exactly how rich he is. No deep understanding. At this moment, sitting in this luxury car worth tens of millions, Xiao Chen finally had some idea. Brother-in-law, he glanced in the rear-view mirror and asked Mo Yesi, "Is your car expensive?" "In the back seat." Mo Yesi replied seriously, "It's okay." Xiao Chen. A car worth tens of millions, he said it was okay? The corners of his mouth twitched and he asked again, "Brother-in-law, how many cars do you have? Is this car the most expensive?" In answering his brother-in-law's questions, Mo Yesi always answered them seriously. He thought seriously for a moment, and then replied seriously, "I haven't counted them. I don't know how many cars there are specifically. I can ask someone to count them when I get back later. This car is not the most expensive one, but the most expensive one. It's in the garage. If you want to see it, I'll take you to see it." Xiao Chen. He felt like another arrow had been shot in his chest. Ouch, it hurts. He doesn't know how many cars there are specifically. Is it because there are too many cars to count? Thinking about this, Xiao Chen's chest hurt even more. How rich his brother-in-law must be. Did her sister marry a super wealthy family? Can I go and see it? However, Xiao Chen was still very interested in the most expensive luxury car. To be precise, men are very interested in luxury cars. This level of interest is no less than women's love for bags and cosmetics. Although Xiao Chen has no money, he still likes to study these luxury cars. "Of course you can." Mo Yesi curled his lips and said, "If you have a driver's license, you can drive out wherever you want." It is estimated that if Yan Shaoqing were here at this moment, he would be so angry that he would vomit blood. He has always wanted to drive Mo Yesi's most expensive car to try it out. He mentioned it to Mo Yesi several times, but despite all the good words, Mo Yesi didn't agree to it. But now, his second brother has taken the initiative to give up the car to others. When Xiao Chen heard this, his eyes shone. "I have a driver's license. Brother-in-law, can I really drive your most expensive car?" Xiao Chen felt that he would be satisfied just by letting him drive this Rolls-Royce. He has seen these cars in magazines and on TV. If he could touch and drive them, he would have no regrets in his life. I said yes, of course. Mo Yesi was very generous to his brother-in-law. "I'll go to the garage later and see if there's anything I like. Which one I like, I'll give it to you." "Ahem, Cough, cough. Chiao Chen opened his eyes wide, was so surprised that he coughed violently, and said in disbelief, "Give it to me. Mo Yesi, it is necessary to please your brother-in-law. After all, he is someone who can say good things to his wife in front of him." End of this chapter.